Go.
Let's go. Okay, right. So we should be live. Can you see us on YouTube, Neko?
No.
I see.
Okay. Right. Well, hello everyone who's already here, even though there's probably not many yet. But so it's another Ask the Audience. It's number 3. We're doing Neko's Husbandos, where waifus go back in time to slap up a dude. So, like normal Ask the Audience, we vote each round. This time, though, it's to kick out a different memoir, and then each next round, Neko will read the next chapter or interpret it for us, like give us her take, and then the winner basically gets the third chapter read after the third round. But yeah, sorry, I'm fucking dying from walking up a big hill. But right, anyway, Neko, introduce yourself. Then we'll go around the table and introduce the others.
Hey guys, my name's Neko. I love manga in all anime.
Nice, short and sweet. Vex, do you want to give us a lazy intro?
And this is your boy Vexus, the Lurking Legend, aka Nikipedia. I'm here chilling. I am a manhwa scrub, but I'm here to get educated.
Oh yeah, hello. Is it my turn to? Sorry, I was doing a sound check.
Good timing.
Perfect timing. Take us away, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm Star Knight Risha Andy Lex. What's up? I'm here to talk about Husbandos, listen about Husbandos. Let's go.
Okay, cool. And there should probably be one other joining us real soon. I can't see the soundboard where else I played the yo ho 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 ho. Would you like to put it'll come up later. Anyway, so basically we've got 6 titles to start. So Neko, I'll let you do the titles quickly, and then we'll go into the summaries and we'll go from there.
Alright, so our first title is going to be Marry My Husband. That's actually what started this whole thing. Then we're going to go to Leveling Up My Husband to the Max. The third is going to be My In-Laws Are Obsessed with Me. Then There Must Be a Happy Ending. The next one's going to be For My Delighted Favorite. It's a sweet little one. And then I'm the queen in this life.
Damn, that sounds like some heat already.
Yeah, all of them are a little crazy. Some of them are sweeter than other ones. Still absolutely freaking crazy, but sweeter.
Alright, just give me 1 second. I'll change the thumbnail stuff. Yeah.
Did you change the name already?
I'm doing it now, yeah.
Yeah. So, I literally know nothing about manhwa except for we've talked in VC a little bit. I know some overpowered protagonist stuff, but I have never dived into the whole husbando thing. So this should be enlightening.
So, manga. So, just for anyone that's possibly going to ask, why am I saying it like that? Because I know Angel asked me several times why. Manga usually refers to the Korean genre, which is digital, only digital for the most part, and they're just now starting to branch off to actual physical books. And as we all know, manga is more the Japanese version, which has always been on paper and in recent years has been more digitalized. So in the format of reading them are totally different. Manga is totally catered for your phone. So it's a different reading experience as well. In manga, you can see all that happens on that piece of paper before you even read it. And then you read it and you get even more hyped. But with manga, you're left in that anticipation before whatever happens. You're left on those cliffhangers of someone being dead on the floor, and you have to just scroll up slowly and figure out what the hell happens next.
That's pretty perfect.
Yeah, I like the full coloring of most of it too. Like it's accessible.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've got the title and the thumbnail ready. There is one other feature that we haven't sort of mentioned, which is there's a theme running through each of the 6, which is Neko. Do you want to enlighten us? What's similar about all 6 of these?
All 6 of these obviously have husbands in them because this is our husbandos, but all of them also have some aspect of time travel in them as well. And some of them are seeking revenge, some of them are seeking to just figure out what the hell happened and how to get shit together, basically. But all of them are on their own journey back in the past to figure shit out.
You're telling me all 6 of these stories involve time travel?
And husbandos. Don't forget the husbandos.
This is gonna be wild.
It is.
This is goats in the chat. Everybody like the stream. Thank y'all for coming out.
How's it looking already? Alright, give me 1 second. Okay, so we are ready. Okay, Neko, so if you want, start firing the summaries. We'll do the first 6, and then the audience can vote on which one they want to hear. We'll decide that at the time, but probably which ones they're going to want to hear more from. And also, just so chat knows, Neko and her guests also get to choose who to put through the first round automatically, because they're cool. So, Neko, fire away with your first summary, drop a title, and let's go.
All right, so the first one we're starting off with my personal favorite. It's going to be Marry My Husband. So this story consists of a 37-year-old cancer patient. She realizes her whole life has been a lie. What's worse is that she dies a tragic death. Riddled with the questions of would things be better if she made different choices in her past, fortune seems to have favored her when she's given a second chance to rewrite her fate. And she goes back 10 years in the past to try to basically figure shit out and get some revenge. What kind of revenge we'll figure out if this one passes the first round. We'll figure out in the second round.
That's juicy. That's a wild title. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that is a wild title.
Look, it's when I'm telling you, if this one, you know what, I'm gonna make this one. I'm just gonna say that now, guys. This one is my personal favorite, so I'm automatically gonna make this one go. But when this one goes to the second round, you'll see the shoe will freaking drop. It will turn up. All right, so our second one is going to be leveling up my husband to the max. So a cold, careless husband and an unreasonable mother-in-law and a wrongful death. Could life get any worse? What if you're given a second chance to undo it all? That's what happens with Amber when she's given a second chance to go back in time on her wedding day and undo her fate. So her death was absolutely brutal and tragic, and her whole it's just sad. Her story of her past life is just sad. It would make you cry. But she goes back in time basically for revenge because, as I said, she dies tragically, like very tragically. All right, and then the next one is going to be, my in-laws are obsessed with me. So this one is a similar story to the last two that I just read, where she died a miserable death. But this one, her father recently died. So her stepmother, and her husband are in the middle of literally grieving this man's death. And she falls ill just mysteriously. And everyone just seems like they don't really know what happened to her. The doctors don't know. But they figure that it's probably hereditary, probably not. But it seems that there's been some type of foul play. So magically, somehow, she gets to go back in time and able to figure out her death and get revenge. Any insight, guys? Is it sounding a little down for you guys?
This is just wild. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I just put in the chat, but like, what the fuck is going on in Korea that makes this such a common trope? Like,
Well, it's
While they're like, I was ready to talk about the first couple, but like I was like, when you started this one, I was like, oh, Keen, I'll just listen, and they just get intense. So.
this is wild, bro. Like,
well, I see a lot of people are in the chat going off to hey Queen Sama. I'm sorry that so many queens are gonna die in these stories. Just happy it's not you. Hey bestie Ronnie. All right, so just to lighten the mood, because everybody's here and chatting it up, we're gonna go to the next story. A little lighthearted, I want to say. So in this story, our protagonist, Young-nu, travels back in time 100 days to undo a tragedy that she just witnessed, and is determined to make sure that there's a happy ending in this overall story. So she doesn't particularly die, but she witnessed a gruesome tragedy. I mean, someone flat out murdered, and the blood scene is just terrible. If anybody actually goes and reads this, I'm telling you, that will, like, it's gut wrenching. And so she's determined to make sure that that person's life ends in happiness. So she doesn't die. That's a little happier, I feel like, just a tad bit.
boo. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wanted to shout out to Terrible TJ as well. Absolute goat, gifting 1 membership to the last arc, and Kev for getting that.
Yeah, that last one was a little bit more of a twist. I like it. Like,
well, thanks TJ for the membership. Oh, there's another membership. Lonely Mage. Thank
Thank
for
you,
the
Lucas.
membership.
Lucas, what's good, Lucas? Good afternoon to you too,
Thank you very
bro.
much for that. Yeah, get comfortable and listen to some husbands get done by time travel.
All right, so let's continue with the happy streak, and this time, just like us reading, just like me reading manga all the time, our protagonist in this story is transported into her favorite novel as a side character. And at first, she's happily a fangirl, watching all the details that she once read about on the sidelines, eating it all up like, you know, fangirls usually would do, or fanboys. And unfortunately, after the happy ending where the story ends, she sees what really goes on, what tragedies really are afoot for her favorite character. And that's what I'm gonna leave it with. I don't really want to say anymore unless this passes, but that's where
What goes on? I want to know
That's
what
wild.
happens.
Yeah, I like that concept. It sounds cool. Like seeing what
You got-
happens
you
after
guys
the
can
ending.
vote for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to vote for that one.
All right, and then the last one is going to be my weekly recommendation. So on Ronnie's Discord, I usually post in the manga section recommendation every week. So this is what is this week's recommendation, which luckily
Building up
fits in
hype for this one.
line. Well, Angel really likes it, and that's a feat in and of itself. I can say that.
Yeah, that. Okay, cool.
That might not be positive. If Angel likes it, that might not be
Yeah,
positive.
yeah.
Just saying.
We've got to be quite cautious.
Angel catching strays right now.
All right, so the kingdom is stained in blood. When the king's illegitimate son coerces his fiancée to help him take over the throne. However, before she's able to become queen, she's murdered. To her surprise, she finds herself sent back in time to her 17-year-old self before
Wow,
all of this started.
Surprising.
So she literally helps this guy become king, and before she can even step foot on the throne and become queen, she is done for.
Oh no.
Rip.
And then she gets the big old classic time travel twist. Okay, cool.
Damn, that's
That
like
one
some
sounds cool as well.
Nefertari Lily vibes right there.
Mhm.
So, you guys said that you guys want to vote for which one?
Well,
My
you've put
delighted
one through.
neighbor?
You've
Yes,
put one
I
through.
put-
So, you put through Husbando number 1, right?
Yes, I put through Marry My Husband. I'm not
Marry
sure
My
if you guys, just to recap for anyone that possibly didn't hear it, just joining in. These are 6 different mangas with the idea of husbandos and time travel in them and constant tragic stories. So I chose my personal favorite, which I started with, which is Marry My Husband. I recommend this to literally everyone. And right now, you guys are trying to figure out which one you're gonna save from the slaughter before we send the other 4 to the people.
Okay, so the options were marrying my husband, leveling up my husband to the max, my in-laws are obsessed with me, there must be a happy ending for my derelict favorite, and I'm the queen in this life. That's the 6 in order.
I'm gonna vote for putting I'm a queen in this life for Queen Balance.
For Queen Balloons. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm kind of super interested in there must be a happy ending because
That one's definitely. I'd be happy with putting that through too.
What about you? Yeah.
I want to pick. I have one just like I want to pick, but if it's okay, can you give a summary of the Marry My Husband again, please?
Of course.
That
Marry
one's
My
already through
Husband.
though.
Oh yeah, it is because I chose that one. But Marry My Husband is about a 37-year-old cancer patient that realizes her whole life has been a lie. What's worse is she dies a tragic death, riddled with the question of what would have life been if she changed things. Fortune seems to have granted her a second chance when she travels back in time 10 years.
Oh man, that one sounds relatable. Imagine like getting able to change the past. And you said that one's your favorite one, right?
Yeah. So that one's already going. That one's going definitely.
Okay. I'm gonna. What do we vote? Do we vote in the channel, the Last Arc channel?
No. So basically, we're just going to choose one as Neko's guest to put through, and then we'll put 4 to the audience.
Oh, okay.
And then the bottom 2 or the bottom 1 will drop out. It's up to you guys, really. We'll see how the vote goes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like what makes sense is like Neko chose the first one, I chose like the 3rd one, and then I think Hyde chose the 6th one. So
Yeah.
I think you chose the 4th one, but yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I'm choosing the 5th one for my derelict favorite. I really liked the concept of that one. The summary
Okay,
sounded
cool.
really good.
Come in with a deciding vote.
I would say one as Andy. I heard all the other ones, but that one sounded very interesting.
Which one?
That's one that we picked. The same one as Andy just said. The one that she just summarized.
Okay, derelict.
Number 5.
Okay.
So we got
so
6, 5, 4, and 1, which are definitely going through. Does that mean we cut 2 and 3?
no. We take 2, 3, and then like because Ku's vote carried it over, we take our 2 ones, which is 4 and 6, and we'll put them all on the chopping block and let the audience decide.
Perfect. Let's
Okay.
pull that.
All right, I'm just gonna mute
So the
up while
poll
I,
is going to be for which one does not make it to the next round. Great.
Yes, so the highest one will make it. The highest 2 will make it to the next round. The lowest ones won't. So pick for the ones you guys want to hear more about. Now, while they're putting up that poll for you guys, I'll just go over the ones that are still available for your picking. just so it can be fresh in your mind, so you're not making a bad decision. And you guys chose for my delighted favorite. I just call it delighted. I can't pronounce that word for the life of me. Vex,
What's up?
you chose number 5, right?
No, I chose number 4. Andy and Cube chose number 5.
Yeah.
Oh, so number 5's going down. All right, so what's going to be in a poll is Leveling Up My Husband, which is about a girl who lived a miserable life with her husband and her stepmother, and is able to go back in time to her wedding night to hopefully change things, and also had a miserable death. Number 3 is going to be My In-Laws Are Obsessed With Me, where she was grieving for her father and had a mysterious death. She tries to go back in time and get married and try to basically figure out all that happened so she can get revenge. The next one is going to be the one Vex wanted to save, which is There Must Be a Happy Ending, where she witnessed a tragic death in front of her, goes back 100 days and tries to undo it all and hopefully give them a happy ending. And then the last one is Angel's favorite, which is going to be I'm the Queen in This Life, where she helps her fiance become king by basically slaughtering everyone. And before she can become queen, she dies. So she's back in time as her 17-year-old self out for revenge. Do you guys got the poll up yet?
I don't see it. Perfect timing, perfect timing. Let's go. That's not how you spell queen, but I get it.
Look, he's working hard. Let's not judge him too bad.
Wait, Leveling Up My Husband can't get the chop, bro. I don't know why you put that on there. That one's safe.
That's not the one that's safe. It's My Delighted Favorite is the one that's safe. Why are you trying to troll him?
No, I thought you said Leveling Up My Husband was safe. Oh, no, wait, no. I'm tripping. All right, cool.
You're getting confused because there's so many husbands.
And fucking time travel. Time travel is confusing, y'all.
Yeah, I want to put pictures of these mangas on I'm gonna try to do that.
You're gonna get a picture of each of them?
Yeah, put them in the bottom.
Dang, we got 7 votes already.
Well, I'm gonna try.
I'm seeing 9 votes.
This is a toughie.
You said the other one.
The disrespect.
You can't disrespect it like that. That's Vex's top choice right now.
Yeah, like the disrespect. You see the slander? Cause I took a W in the last Ask the Audience. He's trying to just shoulder me out right now.
I see my mom's in the comments. Hey, Mom.
Talking about 3-Day?
No, my actual mother is in the comments. She a real one. She'll come out for anything.
Everybody in the chat, leave a fire emoji for Nico's mom.
Oh no, leave a crown, because she said she's a queen. She literally said that in the comments. Leave a crown for her. She a queen.
Hey, be safe. They're coming for queens out here. They gunning for them. Like.
Yeah, maybe you should hide your crown, Ma. You don't want to get teleported back in time.
Bro. So we had 13 votes. Hey, look at that. That's gonna be. There must be a happy ending, right?
Yes.
And then my in-laws are obsessed with me, so those two definitely make it up.
Okay.
I can't find the crown emoji.
You search your heart.
It looks like a helmet. It's shiny gold with like 3 points.
Oh yes, I know.
That's the one.
Yeah, he's really coming
Yeah,
for you.
man. So what's the name of the one that got voted out?
It's a tie between leveling up my husband and I'm the ween in this life.
I'm the
Ween.
queen.
Wait, isn't it vote to chop? It's vote to go, right? So whichever lot like got the highest vote is gone. Which I thought was option D.
Oh shit. Oh damn, then yeah, I misread. Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
cool.
tired right
Yeah,
now. I just
yeah,
voted to
yeah,
chop
it is.
my own pick. Let's go. Like,
Let's go. I think mine one lost. I think it was something to do with the kingdom and the king and the queen getting betrayed.
Okay.
There's just too many husbandos to remember.
Too many husbandos. There's never enough husbandos.
Okay,
I stand
cool.
on that. There's never enough.
All right. So how many we've got left? Are we?
So, where's the vote? Right now we're at 13 votes, with the other one having 38%, so in the lead. With my in-laws are obsessed with me, being the second with 30%, and then the two last ones are 50%, leveling up my husband, and I'm the win in this life, you know.
Yeah. So the one that's getting kicked is the one that I forgot the name of.
I feel like there's a bias here.
No, well, that's the one I wanted to go through. I think I forgot its name though, so I'm not sure.
There must be a happy ending. That's the one that I wanted to go through. But it's cool. It's cool. I'll go read it on my own time.
No, Max is really hurt right now, guys. Why'd I do that to him?
Neko, do you know which one it is? The one that got voted off?
The one that got voted. Okay, so if we're going by whichever one has the most percentage, it would be his, like he said. That is going to be there's a happy there'll be a happy ending where she doesn't die, but she witnesses a death. I guess you guys like the protagonist dying out here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, kick that sideline bullshit. Okay, so we're down to 5.
Damn. All right.
That's what it seems like. All right, so if everybody's ready, we'll start to summarize. Very ready. We'll start to talk about what happened in. Let's start with my favorite again, because I'm hosting this. Marry My Husband. So in Marry My Husband, in the first chapter, we find out that Jin Wong is diagnosed with cancer. She's on her last legs. I mean, girl is in stage 17 cancer. And she is messaging her husband like, where's my money? Where's my money? Pay my medical bills. Pay my bills. And this guy isn't answering her for the life of him. He is a ghost in the wind. So she literally rips the IV out of her veins and go rushing out so she can go and see what the F is up. Like, she only has months left at best of life. So she goes home and she experiences like this basically euphoric taxi drive with this guy, and she's just suddenly reminded of her father and all her childhood, and it's just so nice and peaceful, and you start to feel up for this girl. And the cab driver's like, you're gonna live a wonderful life, and she's like, thank you, and he gives her a piece of chocolate and is like, you don't gotta pay me, you're great and you're wonderful. She's like Thank you. So she goes home, and as we all know, in Asian culture, you're not supposed to walk in with your shoes. You leave your shoes right there at the front. And she sees not only her husband's shoes, but some high heels too. So she creeps on, and she opens the door, and her husband is like laid up with this woman. Like he was literally just in this woman's guts. And now they're all laid cuddling, talking about when is she gonna die? I want the money already. Like literally, like when is she gonna die? I want the money. Don't worry, babes. I got like 50 million on her insurance. She's supposed to die any moment now. She's super sick. I'll buy you all the bags and Prada you want. So she busts into this room. Because this is the most tragic thing that could ever happen to you. Like, guys, think about it. You're on death's row, and you see your significant other laid up with your best friend. Didn't mention that woman was her best friend. Laid up with your best friend, and they're talking about how they're gonna rake off your death money. So she busted and she's like, y'all ain't getting no pennies from me. I'm divorcing you before I die. I'm telling everyone and anyone we know about you at the office, homegirl, like we all going down. This ain't happening. So her best friend jumps out of the bed and is like, no, you can't do that. You can't ruin my reputation. What will people think about me? Don't tell my family. Don't tell my friends. She's like, all you can think about is that. So she starts to get paws on this girl. Literal paws on this girl. And her husband gets so mad that they're fighting that he slaps our protagonist, Jin Wong. And at first she goes into like a mental breakdown. She's like, bro, you just hit me. I'm your wife. You're not gonna hit, like, she's the one putting hands on me too. He's like, yo, you started it. It's your fault. She's like, no, I sat through your terrible parents who always belittled me. You're infertile. You used to put your hands on me. You're a drunk bastard that lost all our money. Like, F you. I'm leaving and you ain't getting no pennies from me. This guy knocks her, and I mean knocks her sideways. She goes falling out into the dresser, busts her skull open, she's bleeding out, and all you can hear them saying is, why does she have to come here? Now we have to clean up after this. Oh my god, why should she make this so complicated? Why couldn't she just die in a hospital? Yeah. She closes her eyes for the last time hearing this and opens them up, and she's back at work 10 years in the past. That's the first chapter.
Imagine time traveling after all that like traumatic experience and you're back at work of all places. That sucks.
Dude, it's like Men in Black, but you don't wipe their memories, and you're the only one who knows about those memories and everything. So, yeah, dude. I would go crazy. Damn.
It's like having one of those dreams where, like, in the dream you like, yeah, you forget you have work or you forget you have class or something.
Oh man, it does sound like your average Wednesday night though, to be fair. So. Good story.
Like I told you, the shoe would drop, and it dropped, definitely. So next up, I'm going to tell you guys about, I guess we can start off with the one that you and Andy chose, which was he wanted my delighted favorite, or
it was
Darlect.
The Derelict one, yeah, number 5.
Yeah. So the story, it just starts off where she wakes up one day and she is not herself. She is this beautiful woman with red eyes and flowing black hair, and she's like, this ain't me. This ain't me. And then she goes to another room in the house, and she sees a literal mountain of gold. I mean, a mountain of gold. It's just a room full of golds and diamonds and jewels. And she's like, oh, this bitch rich. She figures out slowly that she's in her favorite novel, and she's been teleported as just a measly old side character, not even an aristocrat, just a basic commoner. So she goes out, buys a nobleman's title, so that she can go to the banquet where her favorite scene is held in the novel. So she goes there, she starts to fangirl over the prince, the male lead in that book, the secondary male lead, which is the knight, the duke, and the commoner girl who, you know the story, the commoner girl who eventually becomes the princess or the duke's wife. So she's fangirling over it. They're beautiful. Like, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Like, those scenes where they have like flowers behind them because they're so cute. Like, it's just beautiful. She's fangirling, she's watching all these moments, and we start to get some lore into the story, which is a little slow paced for me. And then she sees them go off and get married. And she realizes that the secondary male lead, Cal, still isn't there. And that's her favorite. What happened with Cal was that he ended up killing a nobleman's family, like the whole family, the count, his daughter, the wife, the whole family died because of him. He dug up dirt on them and then forcibly made them kill themselves because they were threatening Diana, who is the soon-to-be princess in this whole story. So she gets so mad about this all that she literally tells him, like, F off. Like, I'm not gonna be with you anymore. I don't want you near me. You're telling people to go kill themselves. Kick rocks. So that's literally what he does. And from that moment on, he decides, oh, I can't be near Diana, even though I lived most of my life without her. I'm gonna end my life. So on their wedding day and like every other day after that, he tries to kill himself. His maids and butlers and all of them try to stop him and everything. And she's reading about this in the news. And our main protagonist is heartbroken. This is her favorite character. Like, Vex, this would be your law. Like, I'm telling you, it is her favorite character. And he's just trying to kill himself, and she's heartbroken. So she finds him in the woods, tries to help him. She's like, I'm gonna give him reason for living. I am gonna give you life. She goes to the shop, gets food, tries to go cook for him, comes home, and this guy has killed himself with her letter opening knife, and wrote a letter saying, thank you for housing me and sorry about the mess. I'll make sure they'll compensate you with money.
Oh, Pete.
This girl goes on an absolute spiral, and I mean a spiral. She is wailing, crying, just desperate. She starts to starve herself, and she's pleading to this statue at the holy sanctum, and she is pleading to just please let her get revenge on the people who caused her favorite character to want to kill himself. She doesn't even care that she's on death's door. She just wants revenge for her favorite character. That's how hard this fangirl rocks. So it ends up happening. She dies right there in front of the statue and goes back in time to the day where the wedding first happened, when he first tried to kill himself. And that's where it ends off.
That was a good choice from Andy and Coop.
All right,
This
so
is wild. This
And it
is
was-
like a roller
Yeah.
coaster.
You got the evil husband and chick. Yeah. Wild.
Well, at least in this one, we don't have a evil necessary husbando. It's just basically the prince and a princess that she's against.
Yeah. They're both of them are just like smashing things up. He slaughtered a family, and then he was killed, and then she was killed and time traveling, and now she's killing. Everyone's gonna get killed. Standard manga.
Standard manga. All right,
Honestly,
so
I'm happy with my vote. I'm happy what I chose.
Yeah.
I don't know what it says about me, but just I'm happy with my vote.
You're happy with your vote. I'm happy that you're happy with your vote. All right. And then I remember that the other two tied for what was going to be saved. So how should we do it? Which one do you think we should do next?
You've done 2, right? So just do whichever one you want next. We've still got 3 more to do, I think.
Just so I'll just say this because I was only supposed to stay a little while. I have to head off. I just want to give love to Neko, for this awesome stream. Everybody liked the stream, so sorry I cannot stay that longer.
Thank you for rolling through.
I didn't do anything. I just want to show up for presence, in presence, and I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, we'll see you in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys.
Yeah, later.
All right, take it easy. All right, rolling with number 3 if you want.
Number 3. Okay. Hold on. Which ones were saved again? I did not hit those.
So everyone was safe except for the one that I picked, which was. Yeah, I'm still salty. I'm gonna let you know, but but every single one is still up for grabs except for the "There Will Be a Happy Ending" one.
Okay, so the next one we're gonna go over is "My in-laws are obsessed with me." Right? So my in-laws are obsessed with me. This one. So this one is where she, as I said, her father dies. She's grieving. Luckily, she has her husband, her stepmother, and her stepsister there by her side to help her through this time. These are her only family now. And she marries her husband, and she thinks life's going to be all well. But as we all could expect from stepsisters and stepmothers, they betray her. And because her father left her all of his wealth, they end up murdering her, basically. At first, it seems like her sickness was because of a hereditary thing from her father, because her father fell ill. So the doctors wrote it off, and as the doctors left, her husband is like, grabs her hand and is like, can you please just die for me so I can have all your money? And her stepmother is like, this is all your fault, bro. Like, you should have never took all that money. If your father never left you all that money, I probably wouldn't have killed you, but you gotta die. So she's unable to talk, say a word. She's just looking at them with pain in her eyes, grasping out for help as her stepsister walks into the room and kisses her husband. And she's like, oh, you thought your husband was yours? No, sweetie. He's mine. We're lovers on the low, but we're lovers. So we're gonna kill you. So just die already, so I can marry your husband, and we can all be happy and rich. Just die. She's literally still trying to grasp for some type of help, and can't talk, can't breathe, nothing. She's just in agonizing pain as she dies, and is hearing these people literally tell her, die already. And she does. She travels back in time to, I want to say months before her marriage actually happens. It doesn't give us a direct time. It just says before the marriage. So based off of how far I've read in the story, it seems like it just was a couple of months beforehand. At first scene we see is her boyfriend now running up to her with a bouquet of flowers, being like, I can't wait till our wedding day. I love you so much. And she has like agonizing fear written across her face because she just experienced her husband telling her to die, and now he's saying, I want to marry you. The whiplash of emotions is intense in this scene. She is struggling to try to figure out what to do next in these moments as she lays on the floor and he's like, what's wrong? And then her stepmother and stepsister walks out, and like you see on all of their faces this like absolutely evil look as they know she can't see them. They all have like this disgusted evil look of this bitch. And that's where that ends.
Man, not husband. Money really changes people. You see their true colors with money.
This is fucking
Really
wild.
Husbandos.
Like, this is absolutely insane.
It's always like that relief. Like I get into it, I forget they're gonna go back in time, and it's like, oh yeah, they've gone back in time, and I'm like, they've gone back in time, they've done all this stuff. It's gross.
Like reading it from the outside, as we all know, whenever you read something with time travel, it seems like, bro, what are you doing? Just run away, just do this. But you just gotta think, if you was literally just being told die by the person you love the most before you could even process it all, then see them going, hey babes, what's up with you? You would be in like a state of like just frozen.
Yeah,
I would.
You wouldn't necessarily know you're not gonna die again. You'd just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna while out.
Yeah, Fiance just said that this is horrifying. I can't say that it's not horrifying, but this is the closest I can get to horror.
This is so much more, this is like so much more graphic than I was actually anticipating, which I'm here for it, but like, damn, bro.
You thought because it was Husbandos it was gonna be sweet? No.
No. Not when it comes to time travel.
Not when it comes to time travel. Alright, so we just did 3, and then next is going to be next is going to be I'm the queen in this life. Shout out to all the queens in the chat. So well, no shout outs because this is terrible. Right, so we start off the story and we see our protagonist Eridine literally standing over piles of dead bodies. She just killed knights and guardsmen of the crown prince and the crown prince himself. He's laid out on the floor. It's presumed that she poisoned him because there's a cup next to him spilled over. And she walks up to her fiance and is like, I did all that you asked me to do. Will you love me now? And he's like, yes, you've done well. I'll make you my queen. Don't worry. So it seems really odd, but for her sake, it seems like everything's working in her right favor, that she's going to get all that she wants, her love of her fiance and to become queen. It seems great. The next scene that we see is her sitting at a royal banquet, and there's this vice duke that's talking about how disgusting the new crown prince is because he is perceived to be an illegitimate child. That's what the rumor says. And illegitimate childs are the scum of the earth. So she gets up and ragdolls her. I mean, literally ragdolls this girl. She pulls her by the hair off of the table and starts just mollywopping her. She's screaming for help, because she's a pretty old lady. And no one is coming to help her because nobody wants to mess with the crazy lady that just dragged her off the table. So our protagonist is still welling and talking about, don't talk about my fiance like that. No, he is the best that there ever be. You say shit like this again and I'll beat you up. These are not her exact words, but these are my interpretation. So her fiance comes out and she's like, see what happened, baby? And he reaches out his arms and goes for the Vice Duchess and picks her up and is like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, and is trying to help her out. Turns around and slaps the living shit out of our protagonist. I mean, he just slaps her and she's like, you're disgusting. How dare you put your hands on somebody in my court? How dare you? She is of utmost importance to make sure I rule this empire properly. You are nothing. She breaks down on her knees and is like crying. She's like, oh my God. I thought he loved me. I've done all that a queen is supposed to do. I've done all the paperwork. I've murdered people for him. How can he say this to me? She is heartbroken. She goes to the chambers that night, and don't mean to laugh. And he starts to undress her so they can do, and he actually goes, oh yeah, I have something important to tell you. To become my queen, it's gonna be your sister as Isabel, not you. I'm gonna marry your sister.
Oh, swoop, swoop, four. Just quickly as well, like Ronnie, I hear you've been like chucking around some gift subs, so thank you very, very, very much, my beautiful friend. You're a legend. But yeah, anyway, how did we all find that one? Intense.
Yeah.
This is just crazy. Like, I don't know how you got the. This is like my heart is racing in some of these, bro.
How can people think up of these evil plots? It's so crazy. Is it from personal experience? Like,
like I'm praying for Korea at this point. God dang. But welcome.
What's happening, Korea?
Yeah, what's up, Josh? How you doing, brother?
Yo,
The thing is, we don't even find out how she dies yet. It's just let that soak in. We don't even find out how she dies yet in the first chapter. We just find out like that she's totally betrayed so far. Like, she's murdered people for this man, and he's like, I'm gonna be with your sister.
No, he's got balls there. He's a brave man. Like,
Are you Isabel now, Valency? Valency's in the chat saying, oh hell no, I'm the queen. Because that seems like the only queen here is going to be her sister Isabel. Alright.
Yeah. Ronnie, right? Wait, Ronnie's got a question. He can't find a link or something for the stream, or something like that. Like, so let us know, Ronnie, in the chat. We can't really see much, but like, let us know what you're looking for, and we'll try to get it sorted. But yeah, okay. So let's move on to, I think it's the last one, right? It's number 5.
Yeah, this is gonna be number 5. Oh, okay. So let me see. I gotta. Which one is next? Leveling up my husband to the max is the one we haven't read, right? So what happens here is that she's married off to the northern to the Eastern Empire, which is very poor. They don't have any fertile land. They're just on death's door, basically, and they're shunned by the king. She goes there. Her husband is super cold-hearted. Like, he doesn't even come for their first night to consummate their marriage. Like, he goes off to go fight some monsters and shit. And her mother-in-law is holding her dowry. So, those who don't know, the dowry is dowry. I cannot say this word right.
Dowry.
Dowry. So
Dowry.
that's what you're given when you're old-timey, when you're married, and that's supposed to be your first feats of money, basically. And she doesn't have any money, so she has nothing to spend. Since her stepmother is still there in the castle, she can't become the head mistress. So she has no power in that home. And her stepmother is determined to make her life miserable. Absolutely miserable. She treats her worse than servants. She becomes frail and weak because she doesn't eat, because she's not fed anything because of her stepmother. And her husband is always out doing war and killing monsters. And the one night he comes home, he ends up actually impregnating her. And she starts to become happy because she's pregnant, and she's like, he'll love me. And he finds out, and he's like, I ain't never want no kids. I don't want that kid. And he goes off in a fit of rage, like, I didn't want this child. No. Now she's all brokenhearted again, like, oh no, he was supposed to love me and my baby. So then she musters up courage, and she's like, I'ma just love my baby myself. And in that moment, the worst thing happens, and the castle was raided, like literally raided by the actual king of the empire. And they all come, they burn down everything, drag her husband out, and they're on their knees before the king, pleading for their life, trying to tell him, no, we didn't try to rebel against you, it's nothing like that, we promise. He's like, I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't care. I know you guys did. And her husband's like, okay. Look, I did, but not her. She don't know nothing. She a dumb wench. She don't know nothing. So they shoot him back to the cells so that the king can decide what he wants to do. And she's thanking her husband, like, thank you for trying to save my life. You actually love me. And he's like, no, I'm just trying to save my heir. Just my heir. You happen to be knocked up with my only child. So.
Whoa.
Her heart breaks again. Like, this girl is on a roller coaster. A terrible roller coaster, but still a roller coaster. So then the knights come, drag him out. We already know he's a goner. Then the knights come and drag her out. She's before the king again on her knees, pleading for her life, saying, like, I really didn't know. Please save me. I'm a child. Please. And he's like, I'm pretty sure you didn't know nothing. You look like a dumb wench. But you got that guy's kid in you, so I gotta kill you too. Takes out his sword and just murders her right there. In his throne room, right there, just pulls out his sword and just to her. She's laid out on the floor, and this man's just stepping over her like, this is trash. And she starts to think about how miserable life was and if she could ever change anything. And she closes her eyes and opens them again, and she's on her wedding night. That's the first chapter.
Oh, time traveling again.
What if that really happens when we die? We get to, like, you know, fulfill our desire, the last thing we wish for before we, you know, croak. I've been seeing a pattern here.
Yeah, it's basically what everybody wished for right before they close their eyes, basically. How far would you go back is the real question here. If she went back
What?
to her wedding night, if you had a choice, like Andy was saying, if you if that really happened when we closed our eyes, like how far back would you guys go?
Considering like I'd known it all happened already, and like I've already experienced it, like I wouldn't just skip it all because there's no point. I'd probably go back to the engagement and be like, no, like proper embarrassing, something like that. But yeah.
Somebody said the Davy has time traveling powers.
I guess I had to go get popcorn. This is gripping, but like I had to go get popcorn. I'm like, damn, bro.
I told you the shoe was gonna drop on these. Like when we get to the second part, the shoe was gonna drop. But I honestly think that just redo it all. Just redo it all, but I need to take down some winning lottery numbers beforehand. So I can have some money. All right. Let's go. And that was the last one, right? Yeah. So that was number 5.
Yeah.
So let's let Vex choose one not to go to the chopping block because he got his heart smashed last time.
You're too kind. You don't have to do that for me though. But if I'm picking, I'm gonna be 100% right now. I'm gonna pick. My in-laws are obsessed with me because that shit sounds wild.
My in-laws are obsessed with me. Okay. That's a good one. So the ones that are gonna go up to the chopping block are gonna be marry my husband, leveling my husband to the max, for my Darlic favorite, excuse me, and I'm the queen of this life. So those are going to be the ones that's up for us now. Did you get that all? Because I don't want you to pick the other one again in the poll.
I got marry my husband, level up my husband, my derelict wife, and then what was the fourth one?
I'm the queen of this life.
Okay, cool. I'm putting it in chat. Yeah, I'm putting it in chat right now for the stage VC hide, so you can.
It's up there.
Okay, dope.
The lowest 2 are gonna get chopped, guys. So remember, the lowest 2 are gonna get chucked to the curb. We're not reading those anymore. If you want to know anything else, you gotta go find on your own time, by your own means.
What was it?
It's gonna be marry my husband, leveling my husband to the max, for my Darlic favorite, and I'm the queen of this life. For anyone that's a little worried about memory issues, or because these were so gripping, I'll go over a brief summary of them again. Marry my husband. She's diagnosed with cancer, walks in on her husband and best friend doing it, conspiring for her death for insurance money, and her husband whacks her. She dies, and she wakes up the next day in office. 10 years in the past. Then we have leveling my husband to the max, and that's where she was. I just read it last. She's pregnant. She had a terrible marriage, and she goes back in time 10 years also to her wedding night. Then we have, for my Darlic favorite, this one is going to be, she's transported back into her favorite book, and she gets to see what happens after the happily ever after, which is her favorite character, Kellix, is on death's door and is trying to murder himself every day, basically. And then we have I'm the queen in this life. She sacrificed all just to make sure that her fiance could become king, and last minute he betrays her and decides that he's gonna make her sister queen instead, Isabel.
This is wild. We have a okay.
Tough.
There we go. There we go.
I haven't voted yet.
Three-way tie.
I'm still trying to vote. Yo, I'm still trying to make up my mind. 1 second. I can't decide.
No, but yeah, it was like a three-way tie. So that was like stressing me out for a second. I was like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? But make sure everybody casts your votes. This shit is crazy. I guess I'm about to have to start reading manhwa. Like.
Look, I'm telling you, I told you, every one that I dropped was gonna be a goatee. Goatee.
Yo, I may have. It's fine. Yeah, I did it right. Yeah, I did it right. It's a double tie. Well, it's okay.
I like
it's okay.
the baby the most.
Yeah, Smokey, shout out to Grand Line Bound. Captain Smokey said that I love the time traveling baby the most.
Alright, so the ones that win are going to be Marry My Husband and I'm the Queen of This Life. So, sorry, Smokey, your time traveling baby did not make the cut.
No.
But my favorite one did, so I'm still a little happy.
Must be nice.
Look, you chose one and it got through too, Vex.
Yeah, but not my favorite.
You don't even know what happens. You don't know if it's that good. It was, but still.
My favorite one just got voted off.
Alright, so we have Marry My Husband, I'm the Queen of This Life, and we have the one that you chose, Vex, which one again?
My in-laws are obsessed with me.
Alright. So, we'll start off with My In-Laws Are Obsessed with Me, just so we can make Vex happy. Because we don't want him to be a sour pants. What'd you say?
I said, let's fucking go, bro.
Alright. So after she is transported back in time and they're all over her, we cut back to a little bit afterwards. She is scattered. She doesn't know what to do, what moves to make next. She can't trust these people around her, and they're always trying to be in her house. So the first thing she does is call her husband, not her husband, her father's brother to come over to her manor so he can watch over the estate and help her, because that's the only person she can trust. Then she orders that her fiance is no longer allowed to step foot into her estate as well. As a count, she has a little bit of power more than him, because he's just a mere commoner. So he can't step foot, so now she feels a tiny bit more safe. So to make sure that she's safe in her manor, she also makes it not allowed for her sister-in-law and mother-in-law to step foot into the main building. They're only allowed to be in the in-law building, which still is probably way bigger than all of our homes, but not as big as the main building. So she feels a little bit more safe, so she's trying to figure out what's her next move. What can I do to make sure I don't die? I need security. I need power. I need revenge, because these hoes gotta get it for murdering me. So she figures the Duke was arranged to be married to a princess at 12 years old, and he never wanted to do it, and in her past life he didn't. But he got a lot of backlash because he didn't, and he didn't have anyone else to marry. So she figures that her proposal would be ripe for the picking. She rushes over to his manor and desperately pleads for him to marry her. At first, he's not hearing this girl out. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Why do you want to marry me? We ain't never met. She's like, look. I got some inside deets. I know you're supposed to marry a princess. I know you don't want to. I know you don't like her. But you can just marry me. We don't even gotta be together forever. It just has to be a year. Like, please, 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 please. My life is on the line. So please, just marry me. It helps us both out, buddy. He's still not taking the bait. She grabs his hand to try to like plead on her knees, and her ring ends up actually cutting him. So he rips his hand away, and he's like, just leave. He tells his servants to shoo her out. She's nervously like chewing on her nails like some people do to try to figure out what is she gonna do since he won't marry her. And the next thing we know, she drops dead. Literally drops dead on the floor. The Duke rushes over and is like, what the hell happened? In the next scene, she is literally in a ditch in the middle of nowhere, and his servants are just throwing dirt on her to bury her. And she wakes up from death. Literally wakes up from death in the ditch while people are trying to throw dirt on her. And that's where that ends in the second chapter.
Bro, what in the world? That is a cliffhanger. And I'm just gonna say, like, that is some like B-rate, like that logic is like straight out of like a Pornhub plot. Like, I don't know, like, it's like, have you ever been cut by somebody's ring? Like that they're wearing, like, that is like some crazy shit. That's like, I got stuck in a washing machine. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been wanting to say that for a while. I just didn't have to keep it to myself.
Bro, that is wild. Like, but no, I'm here for it. That was dope.
I don't know. Maybe her little jewel on her ring was too sharp. It was too fancy for his fair skin. Right? Let's give him some grace. 'Cause otherwise, it's really good, right? All right. So next up, Andy, which one did you vote for?
I voted for the. I'm the queen in this life. It was a tough choice.
Okay, so we'll read that one next. Okay. I'm the queen in this life. We leave off, and she just been told that Isabel is going to become the new queen. She is outraged, obviously. She is hysteric. She pushes him off of her because, as I said, they were about to fornicate. She pushes him off of her. She starts to scream and shout, how can you do this? I've killed so many for you. I killed your brother. He turns around outraged. How dare you call that man my brother? He was not my brother. He was nothing. He is nothing, and he will always be nothing. I am the prince. He calls the guards in, and he's like, shoo her away to the dungeon. Put her in the tower in the east. She's hysteric. I don't want her near me anymore. She is carried away like a mere commoner, like someone who shouldn't have been there. Like, she didn't do anything for the empire. She is locked up and hasn't been fed in days when it goes back to her. And she is like, it looks like she's already on death's door because of starvation. And she's just handcuffed with her hands behind her on the floor, looking out the window, thinking about how life has gotten to this point, how she has dedicated her life to her love, and her love did not love her back for a second. And he wants to, out of all people, marry her sister. So she her sister walks into the room and it starts to talk to her like, oh, I'm to marry your husband. Feel bad for you, bro, but not really, because I've always wanted to be queen. She's like, how can you do this? You were married to the former prince. Aren't you at least a little mad at me because I killed your fiance? She's like, I don't care. As long as I get to become queen, I don't care. It could be your fiance, my ex-fiance, another man. As long as I'm queen is all that matters. You want to know why I'm mad at you? I'm mad at you because you married him first. You were with him first. How dare you ever be near this man first? He was always supposed to be mine because I was always supposed to be queen. It's like, what do you mean? You pushed him off on me. You never wanted him because he was the bastard child of the king. It's like, that was then, this is now. Because of you, I ended up with the former prince and got knocked up and then had to get rid of that child. And luckily, I'm now going to become the rightful queen. You almost stole my position of being the rightful queen. But that is never going to happen again. And out of absolutely nowhere, a knife comes out. Someone comes out with a knife and stabs her literally in the back. All the way to her stomach. Our protagonist.
Oh, shit.
Our protagonist is stabbed by her sister's orders, it seems like, because that's the only other person there. She's on death's door, and her sister just walks over her because all she wants is to become queen. And now she's one step closer because her rival is dead. And our protagonist closes her eyes, and the next thing she knows, she's 17 again. Many years.
What the?
Surprise.
What?
Surprise.
It's like, I know it's gonna happen, but I just never know like how or when.
When it's coming.
Stabbed by your own sister and betrayed by the love of your life. That was your story, and that you chose, Andy, and that the chat chose too, because they made it through.
Deep.
Yeah.
I was going to say about Andy choosing this one as well, because he took a long time on there.
I know, I was like, I couldn't make up my mind. I was like, which one?
What was the other one that you were between?
I wanted the one that was number 5, the one about the derelict favorite, for my derelict favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
The queen seems to be favored by the chat. We've been getting a lot of shout outs to that one.
I like the queen one.
Those betrayals though, oh man, they're spicy. Yeah.
It's quick.
The moral of the story so far is just like
don't get
make
married.
sure you really know make sure you really know someone before you marry them. Yeah, like
yeah, think twice if they're like a queen or a king in real life.
Don't have siblings. That's the worry.
Oh yeah,
if you got a sister, keep that bitch on watch. Like, I'm just saying. Like,
If she's the sis, go for the sis.
Don't have friends either, because that's what happens in the next story we're about to read. Marry My Husband. So in Marry My Husband, as we left off, she woke up at work. She is confused outright. She her fellow supervisor walks up to her and it's like, hey, did you get any rest last night? Like, you look awfully tired. And she was like, and she's thinking that this woman quit 10 years ago. Why is she here at the job? And she looks at the window reflection of herself and sees that she's young again. She's healthy. She doesn't look like she's been through all the cancer and radiation process that she has been. So she's confused out her mind. She hears her phone going off and she's like, what is this? This is my phone from 10 years ago. Then her husband walks up and he's like, Jinwon, I got you coffee. Here, babes. And she is outright disgusted by just the mere presence of him. Because as we left off the last chapter, he literally was in bed with her best friend, talking about how he just put $50 million on her insurance so that he could get all of that when she croaks.
That better be like a double of the coffee. Like if he's dropping 50, like I'm just.
So she just storms off. She's like, "Get away from me! Don't touch me! Don't look at me! Just kick rocks! Don't come near me!" So she storms off. She goes to her desk. She sees her manager. She hands in her last paper reports for the day, and she just leaves work. Her boss gives her the clear to leave work. He says, "Oh, look down. Leave work." She's like, "All right, I'm leaving. Bye." So she trips on her way out. Her boss catches her and is like, "Oh, you're good." So she starts to think about how she, in her past life, she did actually fall. No one caught her. She fell and busted her knee. So she walks out of the elevator and then trips and falls and busts her knee. And then she goes home and she's thinking about how she just wants to enjoy her very last day of peace and rest, because that's all she wanted, just one more day. And this is her one more day. She slowly realizes that this isn't just one more day. This might be longer than just a day. She reaches into her pocket and sees the money and the chocolate that the taxi driver gave her last time still there. So she's like, this might actually be my second chance. This must have been a blessing from my father, because he used to always give me these same chocolates like the cab driver did. This is my blessing from my father to live a happy and fulfilled life. But first, a bitch gotta get revenge. If I'm going back in time, they gotta go down. So she goes home and she starts to cook up a scheme on how she's gonna make sure that her best friend marries her husband, so that she can live the tragic, unfulfilled life that she once did. And that's where that one leaves off at.
Yo, that's cold. That's one devious lady right there. Holy shit.
That's intense. That's
What do you mean
intense.
that's cold? I would do the same thing. It is intense, but I would do the same thing. Like, what you guys think in chat? Like, would you go back, if you went back in time, saw your best friend and your husband fornicating, plotting your death, you went back in time, would you get revenge, or would you just go, oh, bygones be bygones, let's live?
I would help them.
Go on, Josh.
I would help them.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty raw considering like she goes back in time and she's still ill. You know what I mean? She still knows that she's like that she ain't gonna last like much longer. Like, yeah, she gets an extra 10 years, but yeah, maybe the plan, the take would be to just go full revenge. Actually, like maybe.
Yeah.
Which ones are we thinking? Like we've got them three. Have we got a favorite out of the three, or a least favorite out of the three?
Well, you guys know where my heart is.
Yeah, Marry My Husband sounds the juiciest, but the cliffhanger from the in-laws one, that was just like crazy.
And
I think it kind of broke the mold because she didn't die in the first chapter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Marry My Husband's like definitely like the spiciest one, like you say, and it's like the rawest one as well. She got like the rawest, and it's like the most simple. But
yeah, bro, she caught them in 4K, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
Straight caught them in 4K, like in the first chapter.
Yeah, and they unalived her like early as well, and she didn't have that long.
Yeah,
it was just an all-round raw shit day for her. Yeah, so.
She caught them IRL. Like.
Exactly. Yeah. And paid the price as well.
All right, so you guys are gonna have to vote for between these three to see which one you guys want to hear. The third and last chapter that we're gonna do from them. Just to go over while we're putting up the polls. To summarize where we left off on the last chapters was with my in-laws are obsessed with me. She woke up in a ditch, waking up from dying yet again, but this time not traveling through time. After trying to convince the Duke to marry her. And marry my husband, she has now conspired to make sure her fiance and best friend end up together, so that they can live a miserable life together instead of her. And then in the last part is going to be, which was it, queen, right? I'm a queen in this life, where she conspires. She just found out that her sister isn't even mad about the death of her fiance, the death of her baby that was once in her belly, but she is just mad that her sister almost became queen instead of her. So then she murders her, and she wakes up as a 17-year-old self.
That is some petty shit. Oh my god.
Oh, and
This is
thank you,
wild.
3-Day, for the gifts. I see that you gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, 3-Day.
W3Day, the goddess of mods.
The goddess. Mine got all the. I feel like 3-Day got a whole toolbox online. She got everybody's rich.
So we polling it.
Oh,
Shout out to
King Kong just
King Rob.
came.
I gotta know which one happened. I gotta know. I already know which one I'm voting for. I gotta know the ending.
God dang. It's like that. But yeah, shout out to King Craw. King Z, Craw's daddy. Member for a month.
Yo, look, chat. Marry my husband, top one. Don't play with me.
Look, it is top one though. Like I said, I recommend this one to everyone and anyone that will listen to me recommend something.
Sheesh, we got 11 votes in already. Like this, people, it's almost like a landslide. Oh no, it's catching up now.
Look, the people want what the people want. Okay, so
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
clear winner. Is Marry My Husband. Holy shit, 14 votes already.
Smart people. It's smart people. Easy.
Yeah, Ragnar.
Vote for that.
Revenge stories.
I recommended this story to Ragnar last week because it was last week's manga recommendations, and you got pretty far, right? Like what chapter are you on? Like
More like
12?
30 something. No, I went past 12.
Whoa,
God
Smash it.
dang.
smashing it.
I read slow,
Speedrun.
and she knows. I read real slow. I read like 3 chapters a day. Like,
If anyone needs links to any of these, I'll post them in the Last Art Discord after this in the Ask the Audience channel, and I'll pin it. So all 6 titles I'll put links for, and you can check them out. I think are they all free? The first chapters,
Yes.
Neko?
All of them are on Webtoons. All of them are free. Period. Like all of them are free. I think 1 or 2 of them is part of their like daily thing where you only have 1 extra chapter a day, so they keep you on cliffhangers. You don't have to pay money to read that extra chapter that day. I usually don't, but sometimes I do. But
she's
all
a
of them are
fiend.
basically free. Yes, I'm a fiend. So, okay. How's the poll looking, guys? It's looking like a landslide. Everybody wants to marry my husband.
How many votes is there so far?
There is 15 votes.
And what's the percent?
All of these are good. All of the manga you see right here are good. It's just that Marry My Husband is at least 5 tiers above everything else. It's not about the big thing.
I think it's perfect time to close the poll with 16 votes. Marry My Husband's at 69%. Okay, it went up to 71, but still nice.
I recommend you guys read Leveling Up My Husbando in your own personal time.
Oh, I don't know if I said this, but Brink Strums said that this was an interesting stream. I'm happy that you guys like it. Please make sure you like and share, because if you guys like this, then we'll continue to do it. It's all up to you guys. All right.
So what's the poll? It should be clear.
Yeah. The polls have closed and Marry My Husband has won. What a surprise.
Yeah, if you guys like these stream and and we get this circulated enough, I don't know, maybe Hyde will let me do a waifus stream, but
maybe, yeah, on a hot day. Yeah, so I did just want to say, like, I believe it or not, I am surprised. Like, I thought, yeah, it's got a good chance, like, but I thought there's 6 options, so I didn't think it would survive all the way. So congrats to Marry My Husband, man. And if you haven't read it yet, you gotta start reading it. Too spicy.
I do want to say I haven't seen Skip Beats. I do see that comment. Action. Have I seen that? If you're saying it's good and it's anywhere near these that I've read, then I'll definitely check it out tonight. So we're gonna go off on Marry My Husband. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we leave off, and she's decided that she's going to get revenge. Like, so she texts her best friend and her fiance to meet her for dinner. She's so sorry. She was acting so weird earlier. That's not her. She's going to meet them for dinner so we can all just be happy and to make up for her weird actions earlier. So they all come, and as she's getting ready, she remembers how she did burn herself last time with her hair iron. So this time she makes sure she doesn't. She actually puts it away. And then she goes out to dinner. And as they're giving out the food and she's apologizing to them, the waitress actually accidentally burns her with the soup. In that moment, it connects to her that in this world, that luck and misfortune is a consistent thing. The scales must always be balanced. So even if she doesn't trip this time, either she's gonna trip later or someone else got a trip. If she was destined to get punched in the face, either she's still gonna get punched in the face just later on, or someone else is gonna have to take that luck. So it's a fact of taking someone else's luck and giving your bad luck to someone else in this world. And in that moment, she also realizes what she has to do. So they wrap up dinner, and she fakes like she's sick and that she's too drunk. So she goes home and purposely leaves her best friend there with her fiance, so that, because she knows her best friend is going to try and make moves on him. Which she does. She tries to make moves, and they are very successful. The man takes her home. She acts like she's just drunk out her mind, and they like link eyes. That moment when you link eyes and you're just like, oh, I can kiss you in this moment, but then he don't, and all that gross stuff for these bastards. So she decides that she knows her husband lost a bunch of money in their past life because of the stock market, because he was doing a good job at first, and then he got overly confident and crashed. So the next day at work, she asks what stocks are he going to invest in. She then proceeds to invest in those stocks to make sure she takes his luck and she can get money instead of him. She's then in sorry. After that, she's then called over to her boss's desk, where she proceeds to play up nice to him, and he's acting unusually nice to her because of the fact that in her past life he was cold-hearted and standoffish. This time around, he's acting warm to her, which is really odd because she hasn't done anything to him. And that's where that chapter leaves off. But because I know the overwhelming votes for this, I'll let you guys in on a little bit more, but I do suggest really reading this like Ragnar has, because it just gets better. There's these little moments like right now that I've just mentioned that seem a little dry, but I'm telling you, the build up is like build up for One Piece. Like it all just comes together in the end. So the next major revenge point that she does, I'll let you guys in on, is she ends up being invited to her her high school reunion. She remembers that in her past life, her best friend basically went with her and she had a miserable time. She outshined her. She was the ugly duckling and everyone bashed her basically. It was a crying mess. This time around, she goes to the beauty salon and gets all dolled up and goes to go outshine her this time and turn the tables because she knows exactly what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. And that's why I'll leave you guys at, so you guys can actually read it.
Whoa. I'm time traveling. Fucking hell.
Spicy as fuck.
You know, it was.
You know, Oda was reading these when he was writing Wano.
Oh my god.
That's so true. So true. It's a shame he never got to finish it properly, or else we'd have seen the end.
Yeah, it's really good. I really do recommend going to read this. Join the Discord. Is the Discord in the chat?
Yeah, 3-Day posted it a few times. It should be in the description too, I think.
Yeah, it should be, yeah.
So 3-Day has posted the Discord for anyone that's not there. So join it so that you guys can get the links, so that you guys can read it too. And make sure you like and share this so that we can all keep doing this if you want.
Yeah, we'll whip up another in some of Neko's interesting picks in a couple of weeks or something like that. So if anyone's got any requests or anything, just give us a shout and we'll see what we can do. See if Neko's a bit of a genius, so she might have already read it, but we'll see. So the crown goes to Marry My Husband.
Yes.
I guess that can go on the leaderboard with Smokey and Vet and yourself. So the four of you are now on the leaderboard. Yeah, Marry My Husband, pick it up.
Yay!
I'm honored. Yeah, no, W, yeah, was your favorite too. So I mean, it looked like it was a crowd, like the crowd, it was digging the queen for a while, but the tables turned.
Look, I picked W's.
Yeah, to be fair.
I picked W.
Yeah, that conflict, it was too juicy. I had to know it was too good.
Yeah, Angel was probably heartbroken after that as well.
Oh my god.
All right, it's late,
yeah.
man. So if you want to plug anything, fire away. This is your last couple minutes, then we'll tie up.
I don't really have anything to plug. I'm just on Discord and reading these mangas all day, so I have nothing to plug. How about you, guys?
Everybody stay hydrated. That's what her. Yeah.
She came up with it. So, go on, Vex. Your turn.
I'm Vex, this lurking legend. I've got a YouTube channel with no videos yet, but subscribe to that if you want some heat. eventually. I'm working on it, I swear. We do have a stream tonight though on Tachi's Twitch, I believe. Ragnar is in it, and then Queen Bulincy, who was in the chat, was in it. We are the Scarlet Pirates, Group 2 of the last arcs, One Piece D&D stuff. We'll be going live tonight at 8 p.m. EST. So in under 4 hours, if you want to catch that, definitely come through. And then yeah, like the last arc Discord, like Neko was saying, if you want to actually get into One Piece D&D and things like that, we got a growing and thriving community here, so we need some more dungeon masters, some more game masters. If you guys want to step up to the plate, please come on through, say what's up.
And Andy, do you want to fire away?
Oh yeah, I just want to say Star Knight Risha, Andylex. I upload One Piece live reactions and theories and chapter reviews on my channel. I mean a lot if you like and subscribe. Also, huge shout out for Nico for having this great knack for telling stories. I was all into listening to you tell you the summaries of these mangas. Great.
Yeah.
Call it mangas.
Manga, you know what I mean. Husbando manga.
Korean
Manhwa.
Manga. I am so sorry.
Well, thank you guys for having me. This has been a blast. Trying to find these mangas. I read tons. Ragnar knows. Me and him just talk about mangas most of the time. I just binge a whole bunch of different mangas, mostly romance. And it was fun trying to find ones that were so similar but so different at the same time. It was really a blast. And this was a blast.
Yeah, thank you massively for coming through. You were like super organized. The chat probably wouldn't have realized this is like the first time you've ever done something like this because it was so smooth. So thank you massively. Andy, thank you for streaming. As always, you're an absolute legend. Vex, thank you for being here. Josh, Ragnar, Coob, everyone who jumped in. Chat, you're all amazing, as always. Always keeping it busy in the chat. And also a massive shout out to Ronnie and like his server. He's trying to do a lot like to help everyone in the community. So just give him a little like, you know, checking with him now and then. And other than that, this is pretty much us shooting off. So I'll let you guys say bye and I'll cut you off.
Bye.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Yeah, have a good one, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like the stream.
Like and share.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a
Yo,
great
if you're
day.
not following the last arc, pull us not and keep chewing.
Facts. You gotta follow to get these links.